begun to be lords over us.
They've begun to be lords over us, man. How are they lords over us? Well, they kill our people. The police can kill us with impunity. They get a fucking vacation, a paid vacation. You know, they kill our people and get a paid vacation. They get rich on GoFundMe, man. But they lords over us, man. Why? Because we subject to their laws. We didn't make those laws. Hey, what black man had a hand in making these laws in America? None of us. So we were stolen. So that means that we would never let go. What's up?
Go ahead.
Hey, somebody get that. Go ahead.
It says, have begun to be lords over us and to devour us.
They've begun to be lords over us and devour us. How? Through their policies, man. Through their systematic oppression, man. Go ahead.
It says, but we, thy people, whom thou hast called thy firstborn, thy only begotten, and thy fervent lover, are given into their hands.
We're given into their hands, okay? Because hey, we a stronger nation of people. So it had to be some above us that allowed us to get delivered into this man's hand. That was Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, man. The Lord, okay? Go ahead.
It says, if the world now be made for our sakes, why do we not possess an inheritance with the world?
If the world is made for our sakes, why don't we own our own land? Why don't we have our own country? Okay? Why can't we plant our own crops? Why don't we have our own cattle? Okay? Hey, why can't we just go build our own house? That's cutting it off, man. Go ahead. Some more of that.
It says, if the world now be made for our sakes, why do we not possess an inheritance with the world? How long shall this endure?
How long shall this endure, man? You know? And that's what we're supposed to be doing and hasten the day. Why don't we own our own land? Why don't we have our own country? You know?
Second Ezra, 6th chapter made that in
Couldn't take no more.
Like, who enjoys just sitting around getting cut?
Hey, go ahead.
Exodus chapter 21, verse 16. Well, that might so come in handy, man. This is he that stealeth a man and selleth him.
Hey, they quoted that on the movie Birth of a Nation. You said, he that stealeth a man and selleth him. That happened to us. Okay, go ahead.
He that stealeth a man and selleth him, or if he be found in his hand.
Who stole us? The so-called white man stole us. Go ahead.
He shall surely be put to death.
He shall surely be put to death.
Go ahead. When the Lord come back, we gonna be found in the so-called white man's possession. Yeah, you're not walking around with a literally iron chain on your neck, but what? You a debt slave, you a credit slave, you a property slave. He got you in slavery through paperwork now. You need his permission to do everything. All right? You need a license. You need a passport. All of those things represent permission. Okay?
ID. Okay. Go ahead.
Oh, yeah, niggas can't get past the fact, man, that Lord don't love everybody. He ain't come for everybody. He ain't dealing with everybody.
He ain't never gonna deal with everybody.
He ain't gonna never deal with everybody, man. That's why, even, what's that? Second Ezra, because basically he was pleading with the Lord, man. Like, what nation had kept us laws and statutes? This is the 6th chapter. No, I think it's the 3rd. The 3rd chapter.
The last.
Yeah, like the 3rd chapter. That's a good chapter when you go towards it. All the chapters good with Esau's the end of the world.
Yeah. I think he was talking about how the heathens flow in wealth. How he walked around seeing heathens flow in wealth.
Started at 32. Yeah. Yeah, matter of fact, 31.
Kaya, is that the one that's still saying is the children of go ahead and read it here.
2nd Ezra chapter 3, verse 31. I did not remember how this way came to be left. Are they then of Babylon better than they of Zion?
See? If they of Babylon better than what? They of Zion? So these other nations better than us, man? Answer is hell no, man. Not on our worst day. Guess what? We in our worst day. Motherfuckers still ain't better than us.
You know?
Well, you know, another thing that shows them that they're not better, they can't suffer the things that we suffer.
Yeah.
We let this motherfucker live and not know what he gonna eat tomorrow. This motherfucker, he'll kill himself. Jacob fucking make some shit pop out of nowhere. You know?
I'm gonna jump up 26. 2nd Ezra chapter 3, verse 26. And in all things did even as Adam and all his generations had done, for they also had a wicked heart. And so thou gavest thine city over into the hands of thine enemies.
Yeah, so we sinned, and the Lord allowed these other heathen nations to rule over us. Go ahead.
Are there these then any better that inhabited Babylon?
And the answer is no. They still heathens. Matter of fact, they do worse shit. They the ones who got us into these other guys, man. You know? Go ahead.
It says that they should therefore.
But us being the children of the Lord, man, he fucked us up, man. The Lord said, the Lord chastened whom he loved, man. All right, he chastened what his son whom he loved. And you read what's that? I think it's Exodus 4:22. He said, "What? Israel is my son, my firstborn." Not just the son, my firstborn. Chief. Look, and the firstborn get the inheritance.
Yep.
According to the law.
Yep.
So that's a cut right there, motherfucker. Talking about these other nations gonna inherit the kingdom of heaven. Through that alone, when you go through the law, the firstborn get the inheritance. And whatever you get, whatever that's left, we let you have. And we ain't gonna let you have nothing but your land. Bag in every goddamn.
It says
That scripture say, "Live not a beggar's life." These niggas are wicked, man. And clearly using an able-bodied man, bro. You got a Nike shoes, you know, clean.
it says that they should therefore have the dominion
Read
over.
that verse over.
Are there these then any better that inhabited Babylon, that they should therefore have the dominion over Zion?
Right, they had dominion. Go ahead, Clyde.
I was gonna say, yeah, so Ezra's saying like them. They wicked as hell. So I know we fucked up, but damn, they fucked up too. So why are you allowing them to rule over us in wickedness? He gonna go into it when you keep going.
But when I came thither, he had seen impieties without number.
Without number. Impiety means without reverence toward the Most High. If you impious, that means you don't give a damn what the Bible talking about or what the Lord want. So he said when I came thither, he going around looking and he's seeing impieties without number. He look left, he might see a faggot, might look right, see a tranny, might look forward, see a women ruling over men, might see somebody worshiping a false god over here. So everywhere he turning, he's seeing impieties without number. Go ahead.
Say impieties without number. Then my soul saw many evildoers in this 13th year, so that my heart failed.
He saw so much evil, his heart failed him. Like he damn near fainted in his mind. Go ahead.
It says, for I have seen how thou sufferest them sinning, and hast spared wicked doers, and hast destroyed thine people.
So he like, I'm seeing how you allowing them to just get away with all the shit you didn't allow us to get away from. Go ahead.
And hast spared the evildoers, and hast destroyed thine people, and hast preserved thine enemies, and hast not signified it. I do not remember how this way may be left. For they then of Babylon better than they of Zion?
Because to Esdras, according to what he's seeing, that's what it seemed like. He like, we're the children of the Lord, and you punish us for our wickedness, for our evil. But damn, these people wicked and evil too. So what's the end result of this? I don't know the outcome of this. This ain't right. So when you read, go to 2nd Ezra 4 and 32. Because the Lord sets everything up in purpose. All right, everything is set up for it's a time and place. Like the Ecclesiastes was quoted earlier, it's a time, place, and season for every purpose under the sun. So when these different these different heathen nations ruled over our people, it was for a period of time, a purpose, and it's gonna come to an end. But when you read, you got that when it talks about
hey, Bible question, if I can quote, that's why Baruch 4:6 says we would not move, we would not put in captivity. Roughly paraphrasing, obviously, we were not put in captivity for our destruction, but because we moved the Lord to wrath. You know, so it was more of a punishment than it's just for the Lord to destroy us off.
Right.
You know, the Lord, that wasn't the Lord's intentions to kill us off. The Lord's intentions was to just give us a nice, fatal ass whooping. You know, that was what the Lord wanted to do. You know, even though it.
It's Baruch 4:6. It says, "You were sold to the nations, not for your destruction, but because ye moved the Most High to wrath, ye were delivered unto the enemies."
Yeah, see, so that's why we were delivered to the enemies. That's why the Lord put us in the predicament that we're in. Even though it seems very harsh, you know, Jake getting killed all the day long, but I mean, the Lord's basically pouring out all his indignation, you know, on us right now until Jacob's trouble get. But the Lord is basically showing that this is how, you know, mad I was at you guys, you know? Go ahead.
It represents fairness.
Yeah.
Because if you do wrong and you knew better, then your judgment gonna be harsher if you did wrong and didn't know. If you did wrong ignorantly.
Mm-hmm.
We had the laws, statutes, and commandments.
Yeah.
And we decided to go another way as a people. So our judgment, when the Lord came with that judgment, he came with it harsh.
Go ahead.
It says, verse 7, "For ye provoked him that made you by sacrificing unto devils."
Right, and that's what really pisses the Lord off right there. Because just like we were talking about, when we see one of our women, if that being a Negro, Latino, or Native American woman, being with a heathen, man, that just fucking irks us so bad. That's how the Lord felt when we was praying to Buddha or Allah or Serapis or any of those other guys, man. You know, day God in them, man. That's how the Lord felt, you know. The Lord looked at a Israelite praising another God, man.
Yep.
You know?
Hey, because we the Lord's possession, man. You know, and our woman is our possession. That's why our women go out. They all whores.
You sure?
They all give us fucking hell buck up with us. That's what we did to the Lord, man. The Lord specifically designed that curse right there to make us feel how he feels. You know? That the curse when we go through our women, he designed that to make us feel how he felt when we went off and served other gods. When we turned our back against him, man. You know? So, you know, because what he say, I like in Israel to accommodate them and their women. You know what I'm saying? Which Israel is the bride of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, man. You know?
It says, "For you provoked him that made you by sacrificing unto devils and not to the Most High."
Point 37. To the Most High. So you supposed to, your whole sacrifice supposed to be to the Lord.
Second Ezra chapter 4, verse 37. "By measure hath he measured the times, and by number he hath numbered the times. He doth not move nor stir them until the said measure he fulfilled."
Right. So everything that's going on in the earth from like the time period, the Lord already got it calculated. That's why when the angel Uriel told Esdras, "Your heart has gone far too much in this world to think that you can exceed past the Most High." Because Esdras saying like, "Damn, what's going on? Why you allowing these people to rule over us? I can't remember how this way be left." The angel like, "Look, the Lord in control of all of this. He by measure has he set the times." Get Job 14:5. You can't hasten above the Most High. That's why the Lord said, "Wait upon me till I raise up and devour the prey." Okay? Even Yahweh Shai don't know when he gonna return. Even the son of the only person, he said himself. He said, "No man knoweth except my Father in heaven." That's the one that set the times and everything, man.
Job 14:5.
Start at the top.
Job 14:1. "Man that is born of a woman is a few days and full of trouble. He cometh forth like a flower and is cut down. He feedeth also
And
as
this all men. You all born Like a flower, you seedling, you bud, you sprout, you grow, you bloom, and then you decay. Go ahead.
He cometh forth like a flower and is cut down. He fleeth also as a shadow and continueth not. And doth and doest thou open thine eyes upon such a one, and bringest me into judgment with thee? Who can bring a clean thing out of an unclean thing? No one.
Right. So like when the one guy was saying that the Lord love everybody, something to that effect. But what about we supposed to do? No. These nations was never made clean. We was made clean with the washing of the word. These other nations was never given the word. Go ahead.
Seeing his days are determined, the number of his months are with thee. Thou hast appointed his bounds that he cannot pass.
And that's everybody. That's the so-called white man rulership. That was the Babylonian rulership. That was the Israel's rulership. When we went off, the Lord got everything determined. All right? Just like he read in 2nd Ezra, he do it not hasted to go above him, man. Go ahead, I'll let you ask.
You going to that Job, or you-
Hey,
That's it, I'm joking.
no, Baba Kashar, if you could read the beginning of that again, because I wanted to back you up what Kaya said.
Beginning of 14 or beginning of verse 5?
Where you first started, 14.
First started?
Yeah.
14 and 1. Job 14:1. Man
Kaya,
that is
Baba Kashar, can you get Wisdom of Solomon 7?
Yep.
Go ahead.
man that is born of a woman is a few days
Mhm.
and full of trouble.
All right.
He cometh forth like a flower.
And like I said, he said we all was born of women. You know, you was German. You you grow and then you decay. Go ahead, Kaya.
Start at the top.
Start at the top.
This is King Solomon talking. Go ahead. This is Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 7. It says, I myself also am a mortal man, like to all, and the offspring of him that was first made of the earth.
Right, which is Adam. Go ahead.
And in my mother's womb was fashioned to be flesh in the time of 10 months,
Yep.
being compacted in blood of the seed of man, and the pleasure that came with sleep.
Which is him sleeping in his mother's womb. Go ahead, because King Solomon is basically going to this is how all men come upon the earth. All right, this is the only way you're going to be able to enter. This is going to get into it. Go ahead.
Right, through sex.
Through
Not
sex.
no immaculate conception.
Nope.
That's why I said the pleasure that comes with sleep, which is sex.
Well, and the pleasure that comes with sleep in that specific verse is actually talking about when the baby sleeps in his mother's womb. That's what the because Elder Apostle Ramla broke that down later on this week. The pleasure that comes in with sleep is because majority of the time the child that's in the mother's womb, he's sleeping majority. You know, so go ahead.
It says, and when I was born, I drew in the common air
Yep.
and fell upon the earth, which is of like nature, and the first voice which I uttered was crying,
Go ahead.
as all others do.
See that all others do. See, so there's no way that you can come upon this planet Earth unless we be born like King Solomon says. Go ahead.
It says,
He just said something about entrance.
no, yeah, it's gonna. It says, I was nursed in swaddling clothes, and that with cares. For there is no king that had any other beginning of birth.
See, so there's no other way that a person can come on this planet Earth without having sex and being born every how can I say, every natural way. All right. Go ahead.
It says, for all men have one interest into life.
See, all men have one interest to life. Just like Kaya said, you get planted, you germinate, and you sprout up. Now it's gonna go into the decay. Go ahead.
It says, and the light, and the light going out.
See, and the light going out. See, so which means you only can die. You know, there isn't no, I can just walk up to, there's no stairway of heaven and I can just walk up still being alive to heaven, or you go to heaven when you die. All right, there's no other way. All right, that was it today. You can go ahead.
Right, besides the two men that didn't die that the Bible lists.
Yeah, kind of.
And those was that was Enoch and Elijah. Enoch.
Yeah, Moses died.
Enoch walked with the Most High, and he was no more.
Yep.
And Elijah
was beamed up.
was taken up in a chariot.
Into a cloud.
Yep.
And that was just basically back up with that what you said, Kaya, at the beginning.
Back in 2nd Ezra 3 and 32, it says, or is there any other people that knoweth thee beside Israel?
Read that over.
It says, I'm gonna start up a verse. It says, I do not remember how this way may be left. Are they then of Babylon better than they of Zion? Or is there any other people that knoweth thee beside Israel?